There are people losing their minds over AI. And no, I'm not talking about people who have mental health problems talking to a chatbot that's trained to placate them and exacerbate whatever issues they may be having. I'm sure you've seen those stories all over the news. No, I'm talking about people who are ostensibly computer science professionals or have them on speed dials going absolutely bonkers in the brain meats. Jeff Lewis, a tech investor who helped fund ChatGPT, recently had a public crash out telling the world on social media that he's discovered a literally reality-shattering conspiracy by some shadowy cabal that was the SCP Foundation. No, seriously, that's what he was talking about. He spent so much time with ChatGPT, he thought the community creepypasta archive of the SCP Foundation, a work of pure speculative communal fiction, mind you, was real. And we have to talk about Eliezer Yudkowsky and the Zizhians. I know people keep referring to Yudkowsky and Bostrom as AI researchers and think of their organizations like LessWrong, CFAR, and MIRI as these think tanks where important work on the future of artificial intelligence happens, but it's just not. It's a bunch of people who invented their own terminology, talking to each other while LARPing a bizarre cyberpunk fantasy world they've convinced themselves is right on the horizon. Their mental meanderings sound like Scientology meets Blade Runner 2049 more than anything even remotely resembling actual computer science or discrete mathematics. Ooh, speaking of which, that was a rough class. If you've ever wondered whether your brain can get whiplash, that's your chance to find out. At any rate, see my Singularity Explainer and the video about Rockless Basilisk for more detail on LessWrong and how Bostrom and Yudkowsky elevated this whole philosophy of AI superintelligence out of a paper that was very skeptical of the idea in the first place. With the Zizhians, they met their match in people who could take their technobabble, black boxes filled with abstract superintelligences, and these elaborate castles on the sky and reply with yes and before blowing all of this up into dimensions that left even the most diehard of the LARPers scratching their heads. So this is why you can't just fall for the hype. Large language models are useful tools that were released to the public way too early and irresponsibly by people who in the back of their minds seem to really think they're making a god in a digital cloud. And how absurdly seriously they treat these tools, with no regards for their limitations or even trying to understand how to use them in genuinely helpful ways, which do exist, by the way. They've managed to infect some people with their religious zeal.